Hey, what is going on? Sean Douglas here, and I'm super, super pumped for this training and to drop some knowledge on you guys. For those of you who don't know me, again, Sean Douglas, and I've been a speaker since 2009. I am serving in active duty status with the Air Force. I'm also a international radio show host and an author. And I've also been a master resilience implementer, which I absolutely, absolutely love. And I want to tell you guys what you're going to learn tonight is going to be a game changer. It's going to be amazing. So let me know who's here. I want to know in the comments kind of who's here, who I'm speaking to, who is or where they are in their in their speaking career. Are you brand new? Or are you have been doing this a long time? So I'm kind of curious where everybody is. And I want to make sure that everything is working before we get started. So let me know where you are in your career, in your speaking career. Kind of let me know who's here with us, and we're going to get started. Perfect. So as we welcome everybody in to the live, awesome. So welcome everybody who's going to watch the training, and this is really going to develop your event hunting skills for you to get booked. Because a lot of questions that I get is, where do I find the events? Where do I find places to speak at? How do I contact people? How do I know kind of where I want to be at to go speak? And there's a ton of events, local, national. There's a lot of events. And so a couple different ways, normally, a lot of people just go to Google. There's a couple websites you can go to that we're going to dig into. But there's a couple different ways that I'm going to show you, and it's absolutely going to blow your mind. And when I show you this, you're going to be like, holy crap, because I reverse engineer everything. If there's a way that I can reverse engineer it, I want to reverse engineer it. So at the end of this, I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done, how to do it. And so really looking forward to it. So if you guys are ready to go, waiting to see if a couple more people are going to hop in. Waiting to see how many more are going to be coming in. Perfect. Are going to be coming in. Awesome. All right. So if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. I just really wanted to wait to see if anybody else is going to jump in. Des Stevens says, hi, what's happening? Des is here. A couple others. Awesome. So I really, before I start, want to kind of maximize the time. Bailey's here, Des. I really want to maximize the time to make sure that I include everything, because I don't want to go too fast. I know it's going to be recording and everybody can watch this. But what I was saying was I'm going to go through some of the normal stuff that people use. And then towards the end, I'm going to go into things that I'm going to blow your mind. It's obviously going to blow you away, where you can find an event and nobody's using this. A lot of people that I talk to, they're like, I would have never thought about that. So here in a couple minutes, or a couple seconds, I should say, we will start dropping the knowledge bombs. So I'm happy to have everybody here, and I just like to know where you are in your speaking career. Are you speaking for a long time, a short time? Are you a beginner? You get booked all the time, kind of where you are. So if you're a beginner, intermediate, expert, if you get booked all the time, if you're not booked all the time, let me know. Let me know in the comments so I know kind of who I'm talking to, because I don't want to dumb it down too far if you guys already know this information, and we can go on to the more experienced information stuff. So kind of let me know where you guys are in your speaking career. Like I said, you get booked all the time. It'll help me to kind of gauge where I need to go and the points that I need to touch on. Because if I'm talking to a lot of experienced people, then I could just move right to the end of the line. Because a lot of this stuff people already know. Bailey said she's a beginner. Outstanding. Love it. Love it. So I'm going to show you one quick way, and so it gets to share the screen. I was going to share the screen or try to share the screen, but it wasn't letting me, so it's fine. What I'm going to talk about, I'm going to put up in a document or in a post, and you guys will get kind of like the notes version of all of the stuff that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so here we go. If you're ready, I'm ready. So the normal way to do this is to go to Google and Google is your absolute friend. So if you were to go to Google and you type in speaking opportunities, it's just one time, speaking opportunities, a lot of stuff is going to come up. So if you have a favorite city that you want to speak in, just go to speaking opportunities and then type in the city. So speaking opportunities, Panama City, Florida. Speaking opportunities, Raleigh, North Carolina. Salt Lake City, Utah. Detroit, Michigan. Just Google speaking opportunities. That's going to bring up a bunch of stuff that are free and paid. What you're going to see is there's a lot of speaking opportunities. Somebody's going to put out a speaking opportunity somewhere looking for a speaker. It's not going to say, well, it could say call for speakers, but a lot of the speaking opportunities that you'll see if you do it that way, it's all about SEO, which is search engine optimization. If you can optimize your search results to what you want to find, you're going to have a way, way larger success rate, way higher. And so speaking opportunities and then put in a city and then see what comes up. Most people, what they do is they put in call for speakers because that's what that's what it is. It's a call for speakers, but there's also a call for presenters. And a presenter would be more of like a breakout session speaker and not a regular speaker, like a keynote or something like that. You will find keynotes available, but what that is the call for proposals is another one. The call for proposals or the call for presenters is usually reserved for the breakout session speakers. So to me, a speaking engagement is a speaking engagement. It doesn't matter where it's at, what it is, like I'm on stage or I'm in a breakout session or whatever. I know some people love breakout sessions more than they love the keynotes. Some people love the keynotes and maybe think of breakout sessions as well. That's kind of lower, I like both. If I had to pick and my rooms were full, I wouldn't care. The more people that I have, the better. That's what I always think about it. Like, where's my larger crowd and how much interaction can I get? That's kind of where I choose my events at. So one of the things is that I was talking about is speaking opportunities and then type in city. And then I'll give you all of the events that are in that city. And then you're going to type in call for proposals. So search in the Google, call for proposals, and then type in the city. So type in the city for that, and then it'll bring up all the ones for the cities. And it's easy to do like LA, Chicago, Detroit, like all of the major cities. Or if you just wanted to do like a capital tour, just type in all 50 capitals. So like, call for speakers, call for proposals, speaking opportunities, whatever. And then each capital, Michigan is Lansing, and then some of the other ones. So that's a really, really great one right there. I know somebody who went on a 48 really, but he said 50 state, but it was really 48 and then 2 extra cities. But he went on a 50 event tour doing that. Like he literally booked 50 events doing that. Call for opportunities, city, and the type of city. Call for proposals, call for speakers, call for whatever, and then type in the city. And if you want to get it down, like I love going a mile deep and 2 inches wide. I absolutely love it. So if you want to use that call for proposals or speakers or whatever, and then include the city, you can go even further and type in the zip code. So my zip code out here is 27534. So if I really wanted to say call for proposals, Raleigh, North Carolina, it'll give me everything kind of in Raleigh, like everything in Raleigh. But if I wanted to go further than that and say, well, let me get this particular zip code. So in my little area where I am is where I'll see all of those engagements just in that zip code. And sometimes, depending on how the event planner or whoever put the call for speakers out, will determine if they use the zip code in their SEO or they just use the city. A lot of times they use a city. So you're going to have a lot of pages to kind of go through. Another one that you can do is local Chamber of Commerce websites. Each city has a Chamber of Commerce. And they always talk about, well, if you're a beginner speaker, go speak at Rotary clubs, go speak at Chamber of Commerce, go speak at, you know what? Well, the Chamber of Commerce knows a lot of different businesses. So if you can go speak at a Chamber of Commerce, you just look at their websites and look where their free meetings are, like in your area. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you 20 minutes of time to go give a talk, and then you talk to the Chamber of Commerce about what you're going to talk about. What is it that you want to know? What can I do? So that's just one quick way. Right? It's one quick way. Here's another one. Okay, now we're going to get into things that people don't really know. Okay, now we're going to start getting it. Now it's just that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here's another one. Go back, okay, and go speaking opportunities, city, and then go to Google Images. What do people do when they're at conferences? They take photos. So scroll through the images, and you'll see sometimes hashtag call for speakers. You can do a Google search. Hashtag call for speakers. You can also do a LinkedIn search. Nobody goes on LinkedIn saying, hey, I ate this awesome cheeseburger. Where, like, nobody does that. LinkedIn is specifically for professionals. So if you want to get professional networking done, you go to LinkedIn. So what I do is I go hashtag call for speakers, and I look through all of the posts and see what comes up. And I'm actually going to Baltimore this weekend to go speak at an event in Baltimore using that strategy. Somebody put hashtag call for speakers, and I sent them a message on LinkedIn, and then we started emailing back and forth and got hired. So there's that one. Also on LinkedIn, you can go and just type in call for speakers, call for proposals, LinkedIn is massively underutilized. My network is almost 1,000 people on LinkedIn, and that's big when you're on LinkedIn, considering, you know, most people cap out at 5,000 on Facebook and they're like the new hotness. You know, if you can get 1,000 people in your network and you're actually networking with them and not just, oh, look at my friends list, this is cool. I actually network with the people that are on my list. Like once a month, I go right through my contact list. Hey, what's going on? How can I be of value to you? How can I support you? What do you got going on? How can I help? How can I, like, I'm always nurturing, because people nurture an email list. I nurture a friends list. I nurture the network list. Like all the same stuff. All the rules apply to an email list. I do the same thing for LinkedIn and for Facebook. So there's one way that you can do that. I've gotten hired a lot on word of mouth based on the networking that I've done. So definitely do that. Always be networking. Always be asking for a referral. Okay, and we'll get down to that in a little bit. Another thing that you can do is, so I don't do Snapchat or Instagram or InstaChat or whatever. I don't do none of that stuff. I do Facebook, LinkedIn, that's it. But you can do the same things on Twitter. You can hashtag, Instagram, Snapchat, like all that stuff. Like you look up all that stuff. So always be searching for the hashtags. Hashtags, one of them is CONF. A lot of people don't even think to use that. Hashtag CONF. So for the conference, you can hashtag conference. It'll bring up all of these hashtags. You can search through LinkedIn. You can search through Facebook. Look up all of those. Look up every single hashtag you would ever think of, and then look at all the images and look at what people are posting. And even though that conference may have just happened and it says annual conference, guess what? Next year, they're going to have another one. So be networking, be emailing, be Facebooking, dive in and try to find the contacts that are going to hire those, that are going to hire you or hire those speakers. Okay. So another one, and here, okay, I'm telling you, we're getting down. Okay, we're getting down into the nitty gritty here. So if you're liking it so far, I see a lot of hearts, I see a lot of likes, I see a lot of stuff. That's amazing. Let me know what you think so far. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Do you want me to kind of go over something that you heard so far? So put in the comments. If there's something that you want me to go over, something that I said, or just throw a bunch of hearts and likes up that we're doing all right, and we will press on. Awesome. All right. So besides all of those, okay, besides the ones that I was just talking about, here's where we get into it. Okay. Seen a couple hearts. Outstanding. Here's where we get into it. Okay. Look up convention centers in your state and then narrow it down to the major cities of your state. Convention centers always have conferences. So I have a saying, you speak nationally, but sleep locally. What I mean by that, by sleeping locally, right? I go to, let's say, Raleigh. I've gone to Raleigh a couple times and gone and spoke. It's, capital of North Carolina. So there's a lot of convention centers. Go to Charlotte. I've been speaking in Charlotte before. So, or in Greenville, all around North Carolina. What I do is I look up the conference centers, the convention centers. So I'm looking up the convention centers to see what conferences are booked at that convention center. Okay. Once you know what the conference is, you can Google that conference. Let's say it's the National Speaking Conference or the National Life Coach Conference. And you're like, oh, I'm a life coach. Like, I want to speak at this life coaching conference, right? So you speak at this life coaching conference, and that's what it says, right? So just Google it. So the convention center says, I'm going to have this life coach conference at, such and such day, such and such time, whatever. So then you Google that, whatever that conference is that you want to speak at that you found on the convention center's website. And then as you Google it, you get more information. You find websites, you find contact lists, you find all that stuff. And then you start emailing. You start emailing people. One of your email copies should be, hey, I saw your conference or saw this conference on such and such website, such and such whatever, and I noticed that you're going to this place, this, whatever, and one of your goals, one of your mission statements, I was looking around your website, one of your visions, one of your whatever, like talk about whatever was on that website about the conference theme, whatever, the most information you could throw into that email that says, I looked at your stuff. Like I read what your conference is about, so I know it's a good fit. So you put all that stuff in the email. Can you please point me into the right direction of the person who hires the speakers? Thank you for your time and thoughtful consideration, and then close out the email. So I get a lot of email responses based on that email. I get a lot of responses. Do you know who would, be hiring the speaker? Sometimes it's committee, sometimes it's one person. I never, ever send anything to HR. Like never send anything to HR. Like that's so bad. Don't do anything like that. So you want to ask them straight up, how is the process? What is the process for speaking? All right. So after that, I have a couple websites. By couple, I mean probably 15 or 20. And like I said, all of this is going to be put into this page. You guys can have full access to all of my websites. And if you need any help with those websites, you can go ahead and contact me, and then I'll walk you through. So some of the websites that you have are Speaker Match. So I'm on Speaker Match, and the Speaker Match website is just like a dating website, but it has a list of all the events that are going on during a certain time frame. And then you bid on not bid, but you pay to apply for those events. So if you don't have the yearly subscription, I don't know what the yearly subscription is. I don't know what the amount is. It's like $400 or something. So what I do is I pay $4.99 per event that I apply to. Okay. Because I don't need to see every single event. I just need to know the ones that apply to me specifically. And there's a lot of events on there. You also have to understand that there's probably close to 10,000 speakers on there. Everybody fight. I know one of the planners I asked, well, how many applications did you get roughly? I mean, how many applications did you get, for this place I got hired at? She goes, Over 150, like easily over 150. Like, geez. So you have to know that Speaker Match has got a couple thousand people on there. So if you don't get hired right away on there, just know that there's a couple thousand people on that website. But Speaker Match is great. Another website is Speaker Hub. I just got sent an email. I was talking to a guy about going to South Carolina next year. So I'm already booking my 2018 schedule already. And this one is for October. So I'm already booking for an event in South Carolina for the nutrition. There's a schools nutrition association or something like that in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. They're having an annual conference. Okay. So he reaches out through Speaker Hub. Speaker Hub has a list of events, and it's a great resource. Absolutely great resource. Okay. So check out Speaker Hub. Look at Eventbrite, Brite, Eventbrite. Eventbrite's a great one. It's kind of like meetup.com. Okay. Eventbrite is where you go and look up events. So all you do is hashtag call for speakers. Look it up. Hashtag call for speakers. Search call for speakers. Search for speaking opportunities. You're going to find them. But what you could do is you could look about, I booked out like half of my 2017, 2016 schedule just on Eventbrite. I had like 30 events just on Eventbrite that I was doing, because what I did was I looked up like different cities. I looked up different events. I looked up different names. Like what would I want to do? Empowerment. Look at the keywords, the buzzwords for the industry are like empowerment, leadership, positivity, love. Like look up the buzzwords inside of these websites. Inside, like Eventbrite is a great one. Meetup's a great one, and they're looking for speakers. So that's what I did, and I got booked so many times off of Eventbrite because they put the event up there. And then also on the Eventbrite, it also has the event coordinator or who set up that Eventbrite page. It has an email address. It has a Facebook. It has a LinkedIn. It has every single bit of information you need to contact that person. And I contact them on every single channel. I don't just rely on email. If they've left me a Facebook, LinkedIn, website, email, I've contacted all of them, because a lot of times it all gets pushed to the side. Right? A lot of people get a lot of emails. It gets pushed to the bottom. Speaking of emails, I'm going to give you this one hack right here, and this is going to blow your mind. Think about this for a second. When you send an email, we always put in the subject line, speaking opportunities, speaking proposals, and everybody's the new speakers. So if you've done this, stop it. Do not send a one sheet and a bunch of other materials on the first email. They get those emails daily. Event planners are inundated with emails saying, hey, hire me. You need to do something different. You absolutely need something different. Here's two things that you can do different, okay? There's a website called BombBomb, B-O-M-B, BombBomb.com, okay? BombBomb.com. BombBomb.com is a video email service. If you want to stand out, send a video email. It's a video email service. Raise your hand if you want 80% open rates. Raise your hand if you have 80% open rates. BombBomb.com. It's a video email service. You send somebody an email introducing yourself through video. They can see you not only speaking, they can see your body language. They can hear your rate of speed for your speaking. They can hear your pitch. They can hear all kinds of stuff. BombBomb, B-O-M-B, BombBomb.com. Another email, and you can do this for any email. This is any email. Here's a hack for any email, okay? When you send an email out, when you get a reply back, a certain thing happens in the subject box of your email. Two little letters, R-E. Those little letters say that an email conversation is happening. Every single email I send to event planners start off with R-E, speaking opportunity, speaking proposal, your event, whatever. What people see when they see R-E is they think that we've already been talking. So I've got planners that email back like, were we talking? I was like, well, I was inquiring about this, that, and the other. She goes, oh, okay. Well, and they're more likely to help you because they see the RE and it triggers a response. Says, oh, we've already had this conversation. It's not a brand new email. I'm not getting inundated with new emails from 100 different speakers because I have an upcoming event. So, and this works for you can send an email to anybody and get a response using RE, and then whatever your subject header is going to be. So use that next time. Every email I send starts off with RE in the subject line. Okay. So other places you can get other places you can get would be Thumbtack, Gig Salad. Thumbtack and Gig Salad, they're lower gate. Like speaking engagements on Thumbtack, somebody wants to pay like $500 because they're at a high school. I mean, it's great if you're brand new. I've been hired off Thumbtack a couple times. I don't put a lot of faith in it. I message people. I see what's kind of going on, but I look for information to see if I can contact them through a different channel. Like I said, I've gotten hired on Thumbtack before, but it's not a great one. But it's another avenue for you to get hired. Along with Gig Salad, I know people who get hired on Gig Salad all the time. I've never been hired on Gig Salad. I don't know how they do it, but they get hired all the time. Okay. So if you want to break into the college market, I have a couple websites for you to go to the college market. And one of them is APCA, APCA, APCA.com. And that is for the campus activities. Okay. It's the Association for the Promotion of Campus Activities. And what happens is a couple times a year, they have these events where speakers come in and you speak to college student advisors, counselors. The deans aren't usually there, but a student president will be there, or somebody who hires speakers is in that audience for every college that is being represented. So this is a pay-to-play opportunity. So for $1,500, you can attend this association event. You can get about 20 minutes to speak. And then you'll walk away with 1, 4. I know people who walk away with 6, 7, 8 bookings from a college who pays $3,500 to $5,000. Colleges usually tap out at about $5,000. If there's a college around that is speaking for more than $5,000, point the dean in my direction. I would love to get in contact with the dean. But an average speaker fee, or honorarium, as I call it fees or money, it's honorarium, is $3,500 to $5,000. Okay. So that's one. And then there's another one that's National Association of Campus Activities. It's the same thing. You go there, you want to get in front of colleges, you speak at an association event. It's about $1,500 for you to have a table, to be an exhibitor, to speak for 20 minutes. And you have full access to the people who book speakers at colleges. And remember, if you're speaking at a college, you're not speaking at the college. You're speaking for a department of the college. So if you want to get into the college market and you're having issues, contact departments, not the entire college, because each department hires a speaker to speak to their students for that department. So I was just at Wake Technical College up here in Wake Forest, in North Carolina, and that college has a veterans department. That's where I was speaking. In lieu of my fee, so I actually came down on my fee a little bit, but I told her, I says, tell you what, could you refer me to at least 3 people? Could you refer me to at least 3 people who would want to book me? And so that's what we've been working on. She's referred me to a couple of people. I'm working on emails and back and forth and trying to get a good time to talk to them. Another one, shrm.org, which is the Society for Human Resources. Another website you can go to is Greek Leadership, because each sorority has and fraternity and all that, they all have leadership associations that they're associated with. So definitely the college market, that's gold, absolute gold. So there's some other ones. I'm just gonna laundry list these again. These websites are all gonna be posted inside of the group. There's no reason to freak out. I'm gonna post all of this into the group, but some of them, the websites would be like allconferences.com, Conferize, or how do you ever say that? But it's CONFERIZE. There's another website, 10 times, the number 10, 10 times, TIMES, 10times.com. Tons and tons and tons and tons of events get posted on there. Another one is Lanyard. A Lanyard is technical events like computers and technology and whatever. Those are events all over the world. Those are another website that you can go to is Lanyard. You can go to Fortune conferences, speaker services, freespeakers.org, the NSA, which is the National Speaking Association, the PSA, which is Public Speakers Association. They both hold conferences for speakers. Now, you're not necessarily going to get booked to speak, but people do attend those conferences that book speakers. So if you want the NSA and the PSA, I suggest that if you're going to be a speaker, a professional speaker, you should probably join one of those two associations. And Tanya Hoffman is amazing. I'm telling you, Tanya Hoffman is 100% down to earth and awesome. She runs one of the associations. You can tell her that I sent you. She'll love it. So one of the other ones that I want to talk to you about, and here's where the ninja skills come in, okay? We're going to develop this little ninja hack that I got. You want to get booked and have emails come to you with no work involved at all. Here's what you do. And I really, this is step by step, okay? Step one, go to Indeed, Indeed, Indeed.com. Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, Monster, those are 3 websites that you put a resume online and you get hired, hopefully. So if I want to be, I don't know, sales associate, if I want to be a truck driver, if I want whatever job, right? So what you do is you make a profile and you put up there that I'm a speaker. That's what it is. You just make a speaker. But that's not even it. What you do is you set up an alert for conference speaker. What'll happen is people who put conference speaker inside of their applications, people who put conference speaker inside of the job description, people who put conference speaker as one of the requisites to be an event planner job, whatever. These 3 websites are gold. If you want to get a consistent booking and a consistent lead generation for free with no work involved, listen to what I'm going to tell you. Indeed sends me an email or 2 every day with 30, I think it caps out at 30, but it's almost 30 leads every day, twice a day. I get an email. So what happens is I put conference speaker, and what I'll see is that IBM, Microsoft, Ford, GM, high dollar companies are hiring someone who books speakers. So I know that company books speakers. And if you keep on reading in the job description, it'll say who posted that job. So what I do is I go to that person and it has an email address. I email that person, hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm a conference speaker. I saw in the job description that you're hiring someone who deals with speakers or who hires speakers, or I seen that this tag came up that says conference speakers on the job application. I'm wondering if you have any events coming up and if you could point me into the right direction of someone who hires the speakers. Thank you so much for your thoughtful consideration and time to this matter. That's it. Simple. I get emails upon emails, but I don't hire the speakers, but here's the person who does. Here's his email address. And I've already forwarded him your email. Sometimes they'll forward the email, or you can ask for it inside of that email. So these 3 websites, Indeed, Monster, and ZipRecruiter, those 3 websites right there, you will get email upon email upon, you'll get one email twice a day with about 30 people who are hiring either conference speakers or hiring someone who books conference speakers, because I want to get to the person who is hiring. I don't want to get to anybody else. If I want to get to the person who's going to hire, I need to figure out who they are. And on those 3 job websites, the person who put that job application out, the person who put that feeler out there is looking in the job description, working with conference speakers, hiring conference speakers. Like, you should read some of those job descriptions. It's like, be the handler for this speaker, like book speakers. As soon as I see that, I'm like, huh. And I'm like emailing away. I'm already emailing. I'm already emailing the company. I'm emailing that particular person who put out that job application, who put out that call for the job, whatever. I'm already emailing that person. Okay. So that is exactly right there. My little honey hole, my little sauce right there that I use that nobody else is using. Nobody else is using those 3 websites. Every single time I ask, hey, how do you get booked? Do you use Indeed? Do you use Monster? Do you use ZipRecruiter? Do you do this? Do you do this? They're like, I don't even know. No, I don't. Everybody always Googles, or they just have their list of contacts. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. That's exactly what I want you to do. Go to Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and Monster.com and go make a profile, and then set it up to where the emails will come directly to you that say conference speaker. Okay. So that's huge. That is absolutely massive. So let me know what you guys think about that. I've gotten, I don't know how many times I've gotten booked. So let me know in the comments, likes, hearts, whatever, what you guys think about that. And I've got one other thing for you, and then I'll open up to any questions, because you can type your questions in the chat. Another one that you could go to is Facebook groups. Like, there's a lot of Facebook groups that have like call for speakers in them. It's a great way to connect with other speakers, but there's a lot of event planners that go in there. You just got to find the right one. But I always Facebook call for speakers, hashtag call for speakers, hashtag conference. Like, you need to learn the tags that people use for conferences. And it's usually hashtag conference, hashtag CONF, hashtag call for speakers, hashtag call for presenters, call for proposals. So learn the hashtags over, Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever platform you use, because a lot of people like to hashtag things. Okay. You can also hashtag summit. You can hashtag event. You can hashtag, so it'll pull up all of those ones. Okay. And just because an event passed does not mean that you don't contact them. You still contact them, because because this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is a marathon. So what needs to happen is you contact that person. He goes into a CRM. Once you get your CRM full of contact leads, you put, like, I have my own, I made my own CRM on Excel, and my CRM has date of the conference, call for speaker date that comes out, when they will hire the speaker. So I know, okay, by this day, I need to be emailing people. It has email, contact number, website, like all of the information I would need. Facebook, LinkedIn, like however I get a hold of them. So build yourself a contact list, build yourself a CRM. They're very, very easy, amazing. I will copy an email address, copy like the whole entire line, put it right in the email, and then off the email goes. So right now, currently, I apply to 2 events Monday through Friday. 2 events Monday through Friday. That equals 10 events a week, 40 events a month, 480 events a year. So 480 events a year I am applying to, and I might speak at a quarter of them. I mean, it's a numbers game. It's absolutely a numbers game, okay? So you have to be applying, and if you send out 20 emails in a year, that's not good. So hopefully this was beneficial to you, and let me know what else. Yeah, great tip. Bailey says, great tip. Awesome. So let me know how else I can help you. Do you need a template for something? Do you need an email? Do you need an email template? Do you need some copy? Do you need, let me know what else you need. I've got a bunch of templates that I can send. Most of them are pictures and whatnot. So you need to create a goal. How many events am I going to apply to? Okay, so what you need to do is find 10 events, okay? Here's your call to action as we close this up. Call to action. Your call to action should be list 10 events that you're going to speak at, okay? 10 events. So you're going to build your strategy, okay? 10 events. Thanks, Bailey. 10 events, okay? So list them out. Look up Google, look up everything, 10 events, okay? Once you have those 10 events, okay, then you're going to start contacting. So when you have those events, I want this name. Like one of them that I suggest that everybody contacts is a friend of mine named Tim Rode. Tim Rode is the founder of the One Life Fully Lived community. The website is the number one, One Life Fully Lived.org. Okay. OneLifeFullyLived.org. They just had a conference. The theme of the conference for One Life Fully Lived is to dream, plan, and live best life. So however that looks like, okay? Whatever that looks like, if you're going to dream, plan, and live your best life, that's what they talk about at this conference. So what I want you to do is I want you to find 10 associations or 10 events that are upcoming in 2018, and I want you to contact those 10 events, okay? Contact those 10 events. And I want you to do that in a week. In 1 week, I want you to contact 10 events. Okay? That's 2 events a day. 2. Every day you just search. Boom. Found one. Contacted. Let me find another one. Boom. I like that one. Found that one. Contacted. Okay? 10 events. Ooh, I got a mean face coming across. What was that? I got a mean face. So you need to get laser focused on exactly what it is or where it is that you want to speak at. Okay? So what do they read? What do they read? Where do they gather? What are they already talking about? So let's say that I speak to forest rangers. Let's say that I speak to forest rangers. Okay? They just had a big crazy fire in California. If I speak to forest rangers, I want to know what forest rangers are reading. I want to know what forest rangers are hanging out. I want to know what forest rangers are doing. I want to know everything about that industry. So think about who you speak to or what your audience members do, and then find magazines, newspapers, articles, Facebook groups, whatever. Find the associations, okay? I want you to find the associations that Forest Ranger Association. This is like whatever industry you want to speak to, find the association, okay? And then that will lead to all kinds, because every national association has state and local associations attached to it. So associations are a great place to find events to speak at, okay? Another thing that you can do is, who suffers from it greatly? What is the problem you're going to solve, okay? In looking at conferences, what you have to figure out what problem it is that you solve and market the problem, not the solution. A lot of marketing I see, they're like, oh, I have this and I have this, and they don't even care about that. But what problem do you solve? Do you need more money? Do you need more of this? Do you need more of that? Do you not have enough time? Then you have time management speakers. Do you need more money? Then you have financial wealth speakers. So find out the problem that they have and market the problem, and find out who suffers from it greatly, who needs it more, and who will value it once you give it to them, okay? Figure that part out, all right? So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about today, again, I'm going to post this up right now in the Facebook area. I'm going to post the all that stuff that I just talked about. So yeah, the emoji faces have been crazy on Facebook. I appreciate everyone who has came today, and this has been a blessing, and it has been amazing. And if you guys need anything, if you guys need any help whatsoever, please let me know. Reach out. I am more than happy to help you at all. So with that, I want to leave you with one thing. Once you complete those 10, do it again. This process is absolutely replicatable. It is absolutely replicatable. What I don't want you to do is be researching so much and so long that you never apply. Once you find a conference or an event, a summit. Think about what they're called: summits, events, conferences, masterminds. Figure out what they're called and then apply. Once you find it, apply right there. Don't do it later. Find it and apply. If you can do 2 events a day, you'll have 10 events that you apply to in a week. And all of these websites all have events right there with all of the information. Okay? So you have Monday and Tuesday to make up for. So if you did 6 events in the next couple of days, do 6 events, you guys can do this. Apply to 6 events and just see what happens. Okay? Using the strategies that I just told you. Okay? And see what happens. I guarantee you someone will get booked this week. I guarantee you someone in this group is going to get booked. All right? So if you have any other questions for me, this has been great and amazing. And I am going to go right now and I'm going to post the doc inside of the group. All right. Boom. Done. Posted. Done. So there you go. Don't forget LinkedIn. Call for speakers. Search Facebook. Search everywhere. I'm telling you, they are everywhere. These events are everywhere. So that is enough for me. I'm sure that you guys have heard enough. Thank you, Bailey, for being on, and Twyla, Des, Ash, everybody here. I've been asked to speak a few times. Hala says, where did you say to search the hashtag? So you search the hashtag, okay? Search the hashtag on LinkedIn, Facebook. Google Image is a huge one. Do not forget Google Image. If you go to Google Image and type in hashtag call for speakers, an event flyer will pop up. If you hashtag call for speakers for Google Image, you'll see people at a conference. Even if it's a conference from 2015, 2014, whatever, go to the website, look up the conference, see if that conference is still going on. If it's an annual conference, I guarantee you it's probably still going on. So all you're doing is researching. And if it already passed, then next year you've got a conference to apply for. Okay? And it all goes into a CRM. Your CRM should be loaded. It should have hundreds of events and hundreds of event planners, because even if I got denied last year, guess what? I'm applying this year. And if I get denied this year, I'm going to apply next year and the next year and the next year and the next year. I'm going to keep applying to the same events because eventually I'm going to get booked. Okay? So Snapchat and Instagram, you got to look at those. Expo. Candace says Expo. Hashtag Expo. That's a great one. Great. I've spoken at a couple expos. Yep. Lots of tracking. Yep. Twyla's raising her hand. Great tip. This was great. Yep. Great. Thank you. Awesome. Ton of applications. Yep. Thank you so much. Love this. Thanks so much. This was great. I'm already getting started. Twyla, take massive action. That's what I love. What I want you guys to do. Okay. I'm going to give this for free. I wasn't going to talk about this, but give me 2 minutes and then I'm going to leave. So here's what I want you to do. Sometimes you're going to speak for free, and that's fine. I was at an event, and somebody spoke for free and walked away with $25,000, okay? Because he did so well on stage, people wanted to join his mastermind. They wanted to join his Facebook group. They wanted to join his online course. When you get booked, come prepared to not sell, but come prepared to market yourself, okay? So I've spoken for free at a couple events and have walked away with other bookings to other events that have led to more money. I have also walked away with new contacts who I went to one event in Atlanta and I walked away with 3 coaching clients that day that signed up and says, I want to work with you. Like, okay, took a payment and we coached. So I'm telling you, if you have a sign-up sheet with you in the back of the room, whatever, on a table somewhere, join whatever mastermind, whatever it is, join whatever your group, whatever it is, right? And if they love you on stage, I promise you, you will walk away with bookings. And you always, if you get a business card, email the same day. Hi, just met you at this conference, this event, this whatever. Loved meeting you. I loved what we talked about, and then reference the conversation that you guys had, and then work that lead. And they all get plugged into a CRM, and then you ask them like, hey, can I add you to my email list? And it's like, oh, sure, add me to your email list. Awesome. And then you add them to the email list. So I have a schedule for this. Like, do you take the first half hour of your workday to do this? Do you block out the time? 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day is strictly researching events. And this is all personal preference, but I heard somebody say gigs earlier. We're not in a rock band. We're not like 80s Queen or Kiss or Skid Row. Like I call them speaking engagements. So that's why I refer to speaking engagements. I'll never never refer to them as a gig. But personal preference. So 1 hour a day, I'm looking at conferences, expos, summits, whatever, to apply to. Right. So 1 hour every day, I'm researching and I'm dedicating myself to that 1 hour. If I get 3, 4, 5, or 6, then I apply to 3, 4, 5, or 6. But usually the best time to email is somewhere either in the morning or right after lunch. So early in the morning or right after lunch. During the day, like 11, 12, 1, not really great times because they're super busy going to, like 1:30 to 2:30, right? But after that, then it's like 4:35 and they're trying to get ready, to go home. Not a great time. In the morning, especially on like a Sunday night, if you email them on a Sunday night, the first thing they're going to see on Monday morning is, guess what? Your email. They're going to see your email, okay? So make sure that you look at the times, especially like on Facebook. If you ever go to your Facebook and see when the most amount of posts come, that's a good time to start posting on Facebook and LinkedIn. Whenever the most amount of social media activity is happening, then that is when you want to start applying or researching or contacting people on social media. When your social media post is really super high, because they're already there. They're already on social media, okay? So again, if you have any questions, thank you so much for everybody being here. Reach out if you need anything. I am more than happy to help you out and to give you any sort of advice that I can. And if you need anything other than what I've given you today, please reach out, okay? And work Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and Monster. I get 2 emails a day, 30 plus leads inside of the email sent to me. I have to do nothing but read the email. This person's looking for a conference speaker. This person's looking for a conference speaker. IBM's got an event. They need a conference speaker. You see what I'm saying? So let me know, follow up, let me know what kind of action you've taken, because this is all thousands of dollars and years of experience that I have. But if you don't take action on it, then it doesn't mean anything. And you're not going to go forward. So please take action on what I've said and start emailing and applying to these events this week. So do 6 events, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or you can even do it today. Do 8 events. Do however many events you want, but every day do 2 events. You can do 2 events, okay? So see you guys, and this has been so much fun. And like I said, if you need anything, reach out. Please reach out, okay? See ya.